Hi, I'm Gary, and welcome to The Novice Woodworker. Hi, so today I'm going to start a new project. I'm going to try and make a box, and I'm going to make a box using dovetails, so I keep practicing that skill, and I'm going to try and mitre all the corners. The top of the piece of wood is going to be mitered so it looks nice, and the bottom is going to be mitered so that I am able to put in a groove which is hidden. Eventually it's just a practice box, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'll do the miters better than I did last time, because they were rubbish. Dovetails are getting better. What I have done is I have made all these square. I have used my rudimentary shooting board to get everything absolutely as close as I possibly can get it to the same size all the way around, and I've marked the edges as well and the faces. So you can see on this one here, I've just marked what face that is there, and I've also marked which edge is going to match up with which. So this one, being number 2, will match up with this edge, number 2 here. There we go. And what I've tried to do is keep sort of the grain, it's all very different wood, so I'm going to try and keep the grain sort of flowing in the same kind of direction, so that it looks like it's wrapping around a little bit. I can't do that precisely because this grain on this piece of wood is very different to the grain on the other piece of wood that I cut from. So these are quite similar. You can see here, this is 1 and 1, and I've tried to keep that grain sort of running in the same kind of direction. You can see it sort of sweeping over here, so that when it comes around the edge of the box, it looks quite nice. Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to mark out the dovetails and the mitre on each of these, and then I am going to cut them. Okay, so these are going to be my tails. So I'm going to mark around these edges. Mark this one. There we go. And I'm going to mark this one. That's that there. We're going to be mitering, aren't we? So, can't remember. Do I go across there? Is that getting cut? How's that gets cut off like that, so I don't really want to do a shoulder across there. And I'm mitering both sides, so we'll leave it at that. to cut them out. So all the tails are roughly cut, so now it's time to chisel them out. Right, so that's the tails done. Next thing I'm going to do is cut the mitre on each of these. Will I cut the mitre? No, I'm not going to cut the mitre. I'm going to mark the pins. So just got to make sure my two face shells are going to be doing that. And my face edges are the right way up, which I think they are. Hang on a second. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, right. So that's going to be like that. 2 and 2 going together. Although I think it should be 2 and 2 like that. Two, that side up, and 2. I think it's going to be facing it. Let's mark that with my pencil, just so I know. Right. So that's facing out. Good news, yeah, good news. That's matching that edge, yep. It's good. Right, so this is the dodgy clamping bit. I've got to get this exact, but my clamping is so bad. Woo! That is very difficult. I'll release it a little bit. This is where a proper workbench would come in handy. Have that down tight. Make sure I'm happy. And then get in with with the marking knife. Right, there's one pinboard cut. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt the miters now on both of these and both of the other pieces, and see how that goes. So right, I'm going to just quickly roughly mark where they should go in theory, just so I don't get it completely wrong. So that goes across like that, that's going to go across like that. A little bit of waste, a little bit of waste. And I should do the other side as well. Oh, I've already done that side, that's cool. There we go, waste, waste. Then I'm going to get my sliding bevel, get it to 45 degrees. That's the 45-degree angle for the sliding bevel. And I'm going to get my marking knife. This is why I need a toolbox. And I'm just going to mark going from the corner to the corner. That's my 45-degree angle. That's a bit over. There we go. The same on this side. My shoulder line to my corner. Always clamp it. Which round is supposed to be? Right, so that's those marked. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this at an angle. So I'm going to be cutting like that. Shite. Okay, here goes. Last one I did, I screwed up, didn't I? So let's give this one a go. And oh, I got a lot higher. That's the shoulder, so I want to be cutting in this side of the line. And that side of the line there. I'll do that one. Okay. So get a bit more height. Can't quite get it. This is quite a dodgy cut. So this is the first time I'm attempting this. There's quite a lot of movement here because I've got to have it up quite high to get the angle on here. That's the problem with the workbench. That is as much as I'm prepared to go on that one. And let's have a go with this one as well. That's all as far as I'm prepared to go on that one as well. Right. Then we're going to cut across this way. And again, I'm going to leave a little bit. Quite a tense experience. Okay. So from there, you can see it's much better than last time because I had a massive cut. I've got the mitre there which needs to be cleaned off. Alright, now the rest of it. Right, you can see there, that's those things cut. Now I need to clean up the mitre and we'll see if things actually fit together. I'd imagine they're going to need some more adjusting. But I'm not unhappy with that at the moment. Right, next. Now giving it a tap. Let's take these things off. It's definitely going together. Nothing seems to be being pushed out. Right. You can see there's the mitre. It's not great, but you know what? Overall, I am pretty happy with that as a first attempt. I've got to square it up, obviously. Square. Is it square? Yeah, that's pretty square. Go that way. There we go. There. That's now square. So, just got to do the rest now. Right. Here are all the components. I have no idea if any of them are going to fit. Well, I know that one set do. Let's try the next set. So, let's go with 4 to 4 to 4 fit. Oh, I think that's one I've done before. That's really good, the miters on that. Really, really pleased with that. Okay, right, let's try 3 against 3. So this is one that I haven't checked or adjusted yet. Just give it a little tap in. Actually, it's probably best to do this one first, isn't it? 1 and 1. Let's have a go at 1 and 1. It seems to be going quite, I've got a bit of a gap there, which is not great. It seems to be going down in, okay. There we go. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, final one then. Now this one I haven't checked at all, I don't think. So we'll find out if it fits. Almost it. Ah. Now, check it. Mitered, dovetailed all the way around. That's a very pleasing box so far. So, I don't know what it's called, some kind of dovetail joint to put a piece of material in there to have a little bit of separation. And then I'm also going to run a groove around the bottom so that it can have a base. So I think I'll do the groove first. We'll see how that goes. Right. So, mitered all my components, as you know. I've now just cut myself a base out of just a scrap piece of ply that I found. Check the thickness. And used a marking gauge to create where I want there to be a groove for it to sit in. It's quite close to there, as you can see. So the next job there, I've never done this before either. I don't actually know what I'm going to do. Whether to saw it down each side first a little bit, and then chisel. I think I've got about 2mm clearance, so I need to go down at least 2mm, possibly a little bit further, to for this board to fit inside. Just having a look. It's 2mm, isn't it? Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'll see how it goes. I think I'm going to saw. But another thing, I'm going to chisel. I'm going to use a very wide chisel, and I'm going to go down this groove here, like that, and on that side. If I had a router plane, I'd use that. Don't have a router plane, so I'll be using a chisel. So here goes. Just some light taps down, and only about 2mm, so it doesn't need to be much. I don't want to split it, that's the thing. So, I found, started cutting out these grooves with a chisel. You can see, split that one. And it's very, very rough. But I tried to do the whole thing with a chisel. But I found actually, by going across these lines with the saw first, and then chiseling down, it was a lot easier. So sitting in this side of the line, giving myself some space, going down about 2mm on either side of the line, and then chiseling it out. easiest job ever. These are the components. You can see a range of different ways of making these grooves. That one was all chiselled down the side. I managed to split that. That one was also all chiselled, but I just sort of gouged that one out. That one, sort of half and half, I realised I could saw. And obviously this one I've just done, but I didn't actually put the saw lines far enough in, it wasn't accurate enough. Does it still fit though? Still fits. So now I'm going to put the box together and see if I need to take anything out of these grooves. Right. See if this base goes in, which it is, but that means nothing until the next one goes on. Yeah, look! Check it out! Mited at the bottom, mited at the top. I've made a box. Woohoo! Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make a little sort of dovetail spacer to go down here. So this is where I can screw up the whole thing, but I am exceptionally happy with my first attempt at a box. Obviously I'm going to glue that down. When everything's done, I'll glue it all together, tidy it up, but I am so happy with that. My box! So I've cut that shoulder line there. I haven't gone all the way down. I am a bit nervous about how this is going to happen. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just roll into that gap with a chisel and take that edge off there, just down slightly. And the same on that side. And then slowly bring it back to that shoulder line. I have absolutely no idea whether that's the right thing to do. Let's give it a go. Right, so I've taken the end off. You can see I've just gone into there and rolled back to the shoulder line. So now what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to try and take this back, see what happens. Right, so that's them. I'm not sure what it's called. Is it? It's a dovetail, isn't it? But I don't know what kind of joint that is. Now, I'm under no illusion that they're not amazingly accurate. Sorry, that they are amazingly accurate. I'm under no illusion that I'm going to have to make some adjustments when I goes into the box itself. But just for now, I am really pleased with the way I worked that. Methodical. That looks pretty cool. Right, now I've got to figure out how to put it into the box. So the difficulty with this cut is that obviously I've got this end here, so I can't go past there because I don't want to cut through to the bottom. I've also got to cut at that angle so that I am following the dovetail. So I'm going to start nibbling off this corner here. Just gently. There we go. Then I'm going to level out my blade this way. And then try and match the angle of the dovetail. This is where another clamp would be useful. That's pretty good though. Right, so that's the line. Going to saw down the others on all the rest and the other piece as well, and then I'm going to start chiseling them out. Right, everything fits. These are all the components. I've got these two sides. I've got my two ends. I've got my base. I'm bleeding on everything. And I've got my spacer. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some glue. I'm going to glue it all together. Cool, that's it. And cut that top bit off, playing around. It's looking pretty cool. So there we go, finished box. For a first attempt, I'm really pleased. You can see I've got, where I was planing off at the end, I got some tear out. That's just a learning point, I think. So tear out at those different points there. This happened on every single corner, so I didn't learn as I was doing it. Also, you can see slight gaps in the miters. Again, that's me probably needing to be a little bit more careful with the way I'm chiselling back, and a slight gap there where I mismeasured. But overall, I'm really pleased with my first attempt at a box, and that's going to be used for my son's pens. Cool.